Hey guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a wonderful time with your friends or your family or however you're choosing to celebrate. I hope you guys are staying safe. Out here right now in Michigan, it is very, very icy, so we are staying home. But I thought it'd be kind of nice to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek at kind of how our Christmas was. We are not done with the house. We have a lot of stuff done, so you get a little sneak peek about that. But I'm also going to show you a sneak peek right now at our slate light tile bathroom. And if you're new to slate light tile, it is newer to the US. It's been over in Europe for quite some time, but this stuff is a game changer and it saved our tails. Saved us thousands of dollars because we had a massive oopsie. Completely unexpected, almost ruined our bathroom. But because we had used slate light tile, we came up with a pretty decent fix for it. So definitely stay tuned for the slate light tile series on our guest bathroom, which will be the first bathroom we get done. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment down below because we are showcasing finishing up our dream house. It's a mid-century modern style barndominium. It's all done from scratch on the inside, but we have some pretty cool finishing touches to put on, so you definitely want to stay tuned, including the slate light tile. Now, some of you guys might remember the video where I was talking about my grandmother's china.
Large drawers. This is the buffet. This was absolutely fantastic. I loved this idea. So now we can put all of the china that I don't have in the china hutch. So years ago, when my grandma was still alive, she had two china sets. She had her everyday pink set / red, and then she had her fancy blue set, which was her spode. Now, this set had been passed down to her from her mother, and from her mother to her mother. And it was passed down to my mother. So she said, well, why not pass it on down to Suzanne? So that was the plan. And then 6 months before she died, it was changed. It was pretty devastating.
You guys came up with an amazing idea, so let me tell you what happens. I searched around online for a little bit and there are a lot of beautiful china sets. Guys, if you need china, get china even if you don't need it. There's so much china available for very, very low prices. And sadly, a lot of this stuff ends up in the trash. Beautiful pieces that cost somebody long ago thousands of dollars and is now not really worth much because nobody wants it. So I put a post up on Facebook about it and somebody reached out to me with a beautiful set that she had. Well, after talking to her at length for some time, she finally just said, I'm going to gift this china to you. I was shocked. I'm like, no, I'm willing to pay you for it because it's a nice china set, I'm willing to pay for the china. And she's like, no, I just want it to go to a good home. I want to know it's going to be appreciated. And it was just so unexpected and just really touched my heart. But that wasn't it. She also offered to meet me halfway. She was about 2 hours away from me. And she carefully hand wrapped every single piece of the china in newspaper, bubble wrap, whatever she could find, and then packaged it in boxes. Plus, she included a set of stemware and a couple other crystal pieces to go with it as well. It was just over and above, and it was just so beautiful. I was so excited to get it home. And we also found a matching set of 23 karat gold plated silverware. Now you might think gold plated silverware is pretty expensive. It's really not unless you buy it brand new, in which case you're going to cost a fortune on that. But buying it used, you can buy it all day long, and it matched the set beautifully. Now for Christmas dinner, I had plans to make roasted goose. We have 25 geese out in the pasture. We have not tried eating them yet. So I was going to cook up 2, maybe 3 geese. So the first goose I managed to collect and butcher him out and hang him in the barn. When I went to get goose number 2, Erik came home right at that minute. And he insisted that catching geese was quite easy and he was going to show me how to do it. So he walks out into the pasture, and mind you, it was nice warm temperatures. I was happy to be butchering geese because it was 45 degrees, which also means that the poop is thawing outside. So Erik finds the goose that he wants and he's looking at it. He's like, all right, I'm going to show you how you grab it. And he takes a flying leap into the air, full spread belly flop, poof, right into the biggest pile of poop out there in the pasture. It was so perfect. I thought he did it on purpose. He was just covered head to toe in goose poop. And he was mad. He was like, all right, that sucker's gonna get it now.
Yeah, well, if you take anybody else out, that's a lot of money.
So he ran in the house, changed his clothes, and came back out with his rifle, his deer hunting rifle, mind you. And he had an alternative way of harvesting the goose. And we ended up with 3 geese total. It took me 6 hours to pluck 2 geese. It was a nightmare. And then I put them on the smoker and smoked them for approximately 6 hours. They turned out pretty decent. They weren't quite tough and they weren't quite super tender, but pretty good overall. Christmas Eve, we had Erik's family over along with some friends. Really, we had way more food than people. A lot of people couldn't show up because they were sick or they had other stuff going on. But we really had fun with the people that did come out. And then Christmas Day, we had my family over and we all had a really nice sit-down dinner with the china set. So as you can see, the living room, the kitchen is really coming out. It really was a project going from where you're at in the videos right now to where it's at currently in the house. We are still not done. Now, here's the thing, guys, that you're gonna see coming up in the videos. Because our township gave us 2 different deadlines, the first deadline was 2 years to get the entire house built. The second deadline was 30 days to get the double wide off. So that means we had to sell it, we had to close on it, and they had to find a company to move it, because it's not like a camper. You can't just pull up to it and drive off with it. You have to take everything down, you have to have permits. It's a whole thing. So that was a whole fiasco. Now, we had initially pre-sold it to someone in Erik's family. There was no money down, it was just a verbal agreement. They had land that they had purchased and they wanted an easy solution for housing. So because we knew that we either had to move in the fall or the springtime because of roads shutting down, roads being icy, and just winter being a misery to rip apart a double wide and haul it out, not to mention moving our stuff, it had to be either fall or it had to be spring, which would really put us in a crunch for our deadline, which is April of 2026. It has to be done. So we were cranking away to get it done for fall. So that's what we have coming up in the videos, just busting our butts. And then there's a whole nother fiasco that went down with our buyer. It gets crazy, guys. So definitely stay tuned. Make sure you guys leave a comment or give a thumbs up to the video so that the algorithm doesn't think that clicking on the video is a mistake. Otherwise, it will stop showing you my videos. Thanks again, guys. Let me know how your Christmas went. Take care. See you soon. Oh yeah, and we have another video coming up this weekend. Because I'm late as usual because we're still working on the house. Love you. Bye.